皆さんこんにちは。カタリストファンド14が近づきましたので、提案の動画を集めて1本の動画にしました。ぜひご利用いただければと思います。はい、全部で30本の動画になっていると思います。30本の動画を1本にまとめた動画になっています。投票期間、9月22日から10月6日の参考にしていただくため、私の声かけに応じていただいた提案者に、提案の紹介動画を提供していただいて、それをまとめました。コミュニティの活動を広く知ることもできますので、ぜひ最後までご覧ください。で動画を集めましたので、言語だとか翻訳の有無にちょっと違いがあります。英語だけとか、日本語だけとか、いろいろありますがご了承ください。また動画を集めたんで、音の大きさがそれぞれ違うので、ちょっとご注意ください。はい、で提案のリストはこちらリンク先にまとめました。クリックしていただくと、このように提案名とその制作者、提案者ですね、あとビデオの時間など、あとこちらにカタリストのサイトの各提案のリンクもありますので、ぜひご利用ください。はい、そして質問ですね、Q&A も募集したんですけど、そんなに多くないんですが、一応こちらで公開しています。はい、こんな感じでいくつか回答もいただいてますが、回答のやり方とかするしないは任意にしてますので、ご理解をお願いいたします。で、最後にお詫びなんですけど、今回告知や段取りが不十分で動画を公開できなかった方多くおられます。この場を借りてお詫び申し上げます。で、遅れましたが私は和久田と申しまして、一応このような活動などをやっております。では、長い動画になりますけど、ぜひご覧ください。よろしくお願いします。
カルダノコーポレート POC ラボジャパン、パワードバイアントラー IBEX をご紹介します。日本企業は Web3 やブロックチェーン技術に大きな期待を寄せていますが、次の課題に直面しています。規制や法制度がまだ不透明で、法務・行政リスクが読みづらい。技術人材とノウハウが不足し、POC、実証実験を円滑に回せない。成功事例が少なく、社内での意思決定が進みにくい。一方で、カルダノも同じ課題を抱えています。世界では高く評価されているものの、日本市場での企業連携や POC 成功事例はまだ少なく、どう活用すればよいかが見えづらいため、成果が出るまでに時間もコストもかかりがちです。そこで私たちが提案するのが、カルダノコーポレート POC ラボジャパンです。企業の課題をヒアリングし、最適なスタートアップを選定、POC を設計、実装、テストし、ユーザーフィードバックや規制対応を検証、成果指標を明確化し、ロイを最大化。さらに、カルダノエコシステムのパートナーと連携して、技術サポートや相互運用性も確保します。アントラーは、世界で最もアクティブなアーリーステージベンチャーキャピタルで、AI 領域で最も投資している投資家です。運用資産は13億ドルに上り、世界30都市で1650社以上に投資しており、そのうち200社以上がフィンテック、Web3、ブロックチェーン分野です。コーポレートイノベーション部門である IBEX は、バーティカルグロースエンジンとして、企業とスタートアップをつなぎ、スピード感のあるプロジェクト運営と、測定可能な成果の創出を実現しています。世界では、HSBC、Google、ダーク、SP セティアといった大手企業のイノベーションを支援してきました。日本では、アサヒホールディングスなどの大企業と連携し、スタートアップをコア事業に組み込む取り組みを進めています。また、ネドなどの政府系機関とも共同し、日本初の知財がグローバル企業との連携を通じて、プロダクトマーケットフィットを見つけられるよう支援しています。このラボを通じて、大企業はリスクを抑えて、カルダノの技術を試し、新たな収益源、業務効率化、顧客基盤の拡大といった成果を期待できます。同時にスタートアップは大企業と協業し、自らのカルダノベースのソリューションを実証できる機会を得ます。ひいては、カルダノエコシステムの活性化に寄与します。日本から世界へ、カルダノの大企業ユースケースを加速させましょう。カルダノコーポレート POC ラボ、ジャパンパワードバイアントラー IBEX にぜひご投票ください。
Let's talk about Japan. You see, it's got this tourism paradox. While its biggest cities are absolutely swamped with visitors, there are countless hidden gems just struggling to get noticed. Well, a new proposal in Cardano's Fund14, called JPango, aims to fix exactly that. So you've got these two extremes. On one hand, you have over-tourism literally choking the famous spots, and on the other, you have under-tourism, where these incredible local shops, artisans, and amazing experiences in the lesser-known regions, they just can't get seen. So what's the big idea here? JPango. It's a DAO, a decentralized autonomous organization built right on Cardano. You can think of it like a community-run bridge, totally transparent, that connects travel creators directly with these local businesses using a really cool system of quests, rewards, and unique digital passports. And how does this whole thing actually work? It's a pretty simple but really powerful three-step cycle. First, businesses post these quests to showcase what makes them special. Second, creators accept these quests, go visit, and make awesome content. And then third, JPango rewards them, which fuels this ongoing promotional loop that really helps everyone involved. Now, this is obviously great for Japan, but you might be asking, what's the direct impact for Cardano? Well, that's where it gets really exciting. The value comes from driving real, measurable, real-world adoption and putting tangible activity on the chain. It all starts with people, right? The first key metric is growth. The goal is to onboard over 1,000 new users into the Cardano ecosystem. And you do that by tapping into the huge reach of travel creators and their communities. And of course, more users means more activity. This project is targeting over 2,000 on-chain transactions. And these will come from things like the reward payments and from issuing those soul-bound token passports that verify a creator's participation. And to make sure this is all grounded in reality, the plan is to lock in at least 3 solid partnerships with local governments or tourism boards in Japan. This is about proving practical, real-world utility that goes way beyond the blockchain. So, when you boil it all down, this proposal is really asking the Cardano community a simple question. Are we ready to use this tech to unlock Japan's incredible hidden gems and share them with the whole world? If this vision is something you're excited about, the JPango proposal is seeking 56,732 ADA in Fund14. The whole goal is to build that bridge between creators and communities, and in doing so, drive some real, tangible adoption for Cardano.
You know, Japan's countryside is just full of hidden gems, but also a ton of untapped potential. We're talking empty homes, unused farmland, just sitting there. Well, a new proposal called Ango is looking to unlock all of that using Cardano and something called RWA NFTs.
So the core mission is pretty powerful. It's all about taking these idle assets, which right now are just locked up value, and bringing them onto the Cardano blockchain. The idea is to give them a whole new life and a global reach they've never had before.
And the key to making this happen is a technology called RWAs, or real-world assets. Basically, what it means is you can create a unique digital title, kind of like a deed, for a physical property on the blockchain. This makes it incredibly easy for anyone, anywhere, to invest in and trade a piece of it.
And this simple idea creates a huge shift. I mean, look at the before. You've got idle assets and weak local economies. The after is the vision Ango is selling. Those exact same assets are now tokenized value, which pulls in global financing and helps bring those communities back to life.
Here's how it all works in just 3 steps. First, you tokenize local assets. Think vacant homes, farms, even old breweries. Second, investors can use their ADA to buy and sell these new NFTs on a marketplace. And third, and this is the really crucial part, that capital flows right back into the local towns, creating new jobs and real growth. It's a fantastic cycle.
Now, this isn't just a great story for Japan. It's also a massive win for Cardano. It gives ADA some serious real-world utility, it's going to boost on-chain activity, and it makes Cardano's already strong connection with the Japanese community and institutions even deeper. And let's be really clear here. This is pioneering stuff. The team themselves say it. This is the very first time anyone has tried to build a marketplace like this on Cardano, specifically to help revitalize regional Japan. It's a true first. Okay, so how will we know it's a success? Well, the team has laid out some very clear, tangible goals. For their first phase, they're aiming to mint over 50 NFTs, get more than 200 transactions on-chain, bring in over 100 new users, and get at least 3 local governments on board. These are solid, measurable targets.
And to get this whole ambitious plan off the ground, the A&Go team is requesting just over 99,000 ADA from the Catalyst's treasury. So at the end of the day, it really leaves the community with one big question. Will you help build this bridge between Cardano and the future of rural Japan?
All right, let's dive into something really exciting today. We're looking at a proposal for Cardano Catalyst called IP Connect. It's coming out of Japan, and it's aiming to solve a massive problem for AI creators in a market that's, well, it's worth trillions. So, you know how AI art is just absolutely exploding right now? It's everywhere. But here's the scary question nobody really wants to ask. Who's protecting the creators from accidentally stepping on a legal landmine? Unintentional copyright infringement. And this isn't just a small worry. It's what we're calling the AI creator's dilemma. It's this constant, looming legal risk that you might accidentally create something that looks a little too much like someone else's intellectual property. It's a huge source of anxiety, and frankly, it holds innovation back. So what's the solution? Well, that's where IP Connect comes in. Think of it as a proactive shield. It's designed to analyze and sniff out these risks before you even finalize your creation. It's all about prevention.
And here's the best part, for us anyway. It's built on Cardano. This allows for a completely transparent, on-chain certification that proves your work has been checked and it's safe. It gives creators the confidence to publish their work without fear.
So how does this shield actually work? It's a pretty straightforward process. First, it analyzes your text prompt for any high-risk words. Then, a multi-persona AI evaluates the generated image for similarities to existing work. After that, all the results and metadata get recorded right on the Cardano blockchain. And finally, a certificate is issued to the creator as proof they did their homework.
And this, right here, is the key innovation. You see, most other platforms are reactive. They deal with rights management after something has already been created. IP Connect completely flips that on its head. It's preventive. It's about creator-centric safety from the get-go, not rights holder management after the fact. It's a huge difference.
So what's the ask? It's 100,000 data. And really, you should see this as a strategic investment to build what could be an absolutely essential piece of infrastructure on Cardano. And if this takes off, the on-chain growth is just, wow. We're talking about projections scaling from around 36,000 transactions in the first couple of years to almost 250,000 annually within 5 years. That's some serious activity. But what about the return for the ecosystem as a whole? The potential here is huge. We're looking at a projected 20 to even 500 times return on investment just from all the new capital and users this could bring into Cardano.
Which really leaves us with this one powerful question. Could a project like IP Connect be the thing that makes Cardano the global go-to standard for the entire AI creator economy? The potential is just massive, and it's something to really think about.
Every day in Accra, the capital of Ghana, the same struggle repeats itself. Morning and evening, workers spend hours in long queues, battling unreliable transport, stressful rides, and wasted time. Public buses are overcrowded and mostly uncomfortable. Private cars are expensive, and ride-hailing apps charge exorbitant fares during rush hours. It's a daily battle for thousands of employees. That's why we are introducing Urban Link, a smart carpool app powered by the Cardano blockchain. With Urban Link, employees can pre-book seats in comfortable 12-seater buses, following scheduled routes, and commute stress-free both mornings and evenings. But Urban Link is not just about convenience, it's about contributing to reducing traffic congestion. Instead of one car carrying one individual, one vehicle can carry 12. By organizing commuting, we can ease the morning and evening rush, encourage workers to leave their private cars at home, and save them fuel money. Over time, fewer cars on the road would mean less gridlock, cleaner air, and healthier cities. Our approach is simple but strategic. Through the Wada Prisma Action Learning Journey, we plan to partner directly with companies to onboard their employees and with transport providers who will benefit from an extra revenue stream. And because Urban Link is built on Cardano, it brings unmatched benefits: transparent tamper-proof bookings and payments, smart contracts for automated ticketing, refunds and loyalty rewards, financial inclusion even for workers without bank accounts, secure decentralized ID for reliable identity verification. Now, here is why this matters globally. UrbanLink puts Cardano at the center of daily transportation, one of the most universal needs. It proves Cardano's blockchain raw utility as a fair and transparent alternative to centralized gig platforms, while expanding adoption by introducing riders, drivers and companies to Cardano wallets and payments. Every ride generates multiple on-chain transactions.
So our team blends technical strength with on-ground experience. I'm Eko Harden and I'll be the project manager for this project. I'm a UI UX designer and I come with over a year's experience in the transport industry as a driver. We have Justice Isel, who is going to work on the project as our blockchain developer. He has 5 years experience in smart contract development, zero knowledge and dApps. We also have Richmond Saba, who is going to be our community manager and our operations manager. We also have Brahim Malik, who is coming on as our software engineer. UrbanLink is future ready. It is eco-friendly, transparent and organized. Join us in building smarter cities in Africa. Thank you very much.
The video you just saw was one out of 3 conferences we hosted earlier this year with support from Fund14. Our goal initially was to onboard 150 students. We ended up reaching over 250 students across 3 regional cities in Ghana. The results were clear. We had 162 new Uroi wallets and Catalyst registration. We also had hands-on blockchain experience with free ADA distributed to participants for on-chain testing. Additionally, we had a strategic partnership with ISEC in Ghana, whose nationwide youth network expanded our reach, and Accra Resource Center, who offered free courses in web and mobile development, data analytics and graphic design to about 40 of our interested participants. Now for Fund14, we aim to expand into 3 additional regions, onboarding at least 150 more youth. This time, we are looking beyond awareness. We'll be providing mentorship spaces, capacity building workshops, and connecting youth to opportunities such as Catalyst proposers, community reviewers, Intersect members, and DREPs. The impact will be forming a stronger pipeline of African builders, innovators, and advocates who see Cardano not just as something foreign, but a tool for solving local challenges. I'm excited to continue this journey with my colleague Richmond Saba and the partnership we formed with ISEC in Ghana and Accra Resource Center, creating lasting entry points for African youth into the Cardano ecosystem. I'm Eko Harden, project lead for the project, empowering Ghanaian youth through Cardano Blockchain 2.0. Thank you. Hello Cardano community, my name is Eko Harden and I'm the project lead for Cardano Entro. Together with my team, we've been at the forefront of onboarding students into the Cardano ecosystem here in Ghana. Through our funded proposal in Fund14, we've been able to onboard over 250 students across 3 cities in Ghana, namely Accra, Sunyani and Cape Coast. We currently have about 162 active Catalyst registrations from these students. But one question keeps coming up: what's next in my blockchain journey? And this comes not just from students with technical background, but also non-technical background, looking forward to have a clearer pathway. That's why my team and I created the Cardano and Cho. In Ghana, Cho actually means food. And we also particularly believe that wherever there is food, the people will listen. So instead of the boring and strict classroom-like setup, we are creating a 3-month learning experience geared around peer discussion, mentorship, and of course, food. As part of the experience, participants will be meeting at a local eatery once every month to share food, to bond, and also to track their progress in their learning journey. This social yet structured approach makes learning more engaging and collaborative. We'll be selecting 51 students in total, at least 17 from each of these cities we onboarded previously, and we'll be supporting them with internet, transportation, souvenirs, and also provide guidance in regards to mentorship to help them be able to complete the Cardano Blockchain Certified Associate course. We also plan to get at least 10 of them to get ready and sit for the Cardano Blockchain Associate examination. Beyond the course, We'll be organizing capacity building spaces where successful contributors and builders of the Cardano ecosystem will be sharing their insights and also their journeys so that students can know what's actually possible for them too. Fortunately, I have personally taken the CBCA course and I've earned a badge, and so I know what it takes to make sure that these students also proceed to it. I wouldn't be working alone. I'll be working with 3 other mentors and also 3 student ambassadors to make this project a reality. And so with Cardano and Cho, we aim to move students from onboarding to retention and certification, hence building a more empowered and strong Cardano community here in Ghana. Wait a minute. So, thank you very much for your patience. By the way, you are invited.
Hello everyone. Today I'm excited to introduce the Cardano Token Risk Analysis Bot, a Telegram-based solution that provides instant risk assessment and tokenomics analysis in just seconds. The Cardano ecosystem is exploding with millions of native tokens, creating 3 major challenges. First, it's nearly impossible to track and evaluate this massive volume. Second, manual verification requires gathering scattered information from multiple sources, a time-consuming and complex process. And third, quick mobile checks during FOMO moments are practically impossible before making trades. Our Telegram bot solves this with 3 key features. Simple input, just paste a token ID or exchange URL. Comprehensive analysis, get total supply, policy locks, holder distribution, DEX liquidity, and recent activity instantly. And clear risk scoring, receive easy-to-understand low, medium, or high-risk ratings with specific explanations and explorer links. The workflow is incredibly simple. Someone shares a token link in your chat group. Type, scan, followed by the link or ID. Within 2 to 5 seconds, get a complete risk summary with detailed links. Then discuss and make informed decisions right in the chat. Why Telegram over traditional explorers? Our bot complements, doesn't replace explorers. It provides instant, red or green light, signals in just 5 seconds, enabling group decision-making. Plus, it reduces friction. The bot accepts URLs and shares results with everyone, always including explorer links for deeper analysis. The impact is significant. Preventing just a few bad decisions can save tens of thousands of ADA. As an open-source MIT licensed tool, it can be integrated into wallets, DEXs, and other platforms. We expect fewer widespread scams and better visibility for legitimate projects. Our 6-month roadmap has 4 milestones. Month 1 focuses on research and prototyping supply and policy lock analysis. Month 2 delivers our MVP with basic risk assessment. Month 3 upgrades to Risk V2 with sub-5-second response times. Month 4 launches officially with full documentation and marketing. Our KPIs target 1.000 monthly active users or 3.000 weekly scans, 99.5% uptime, and 95% explanation accuracy. Ready to get involved? Send feedback to textlabs@gmail.com. Vote for our Catalyst proposal by searching TextLabs or our project name. And if you're interested in integration partnerships, let's talk about our SDK and API offerings. Thank you.
Hi guys, I'm Finn from TechLab, and today I'm very excited to share with you guys about our proposal that is DexStream, real-time multi-dex price and pool data. And yes, as we know, the Cardano still lack of the platform for streaming data price and the token data as well. That is very important for DeFi area. And yes, maybe we got Charlie 3. However, I still believe that we need some competitive, that is to enhance the quality of the product, and that is we make the Cardano blockchain stronger. Turning back about our project, we have some different compared to Charlie 3. We will use the socket to streaming the data and the token price that will be more quicker compared to the using HTTP. We can reduce the latency of the calling API. And turning back and it's mean that we need to manage more heavy infrastructure in the back. However, our team believes that we can do this because we have experience to manage the platform that have more than 100k users, and just with our solution, the developer can have a lot of benefits. They can reduce the cost, they can reduce the time to create the indexer, or the allocate the resource for fetching the data over and over. And we did not have this proposal. However, it is the backbone of the other proposal, like the bot, the alert, and the other product. However, we very expected that this proposal will become the backbone of the data, of the price data for cross community in the Cardano. So I'm so pleased searching about the Tech Lab proposal and voting for us. Thank you guys and have a nice day.
バリューウェイ八木です。私たちはファンド14でリアルなコーヒー流通を通じたカルダのビジネスユースケースを提案します。バリューウェイではコーヒーバリューチェーン低炭素化事業リジェネラティブコーヒーを開発しています。コーヒーは毎日30億杯も消費されるグローバル経済の象徴ですが、気候変動により2050年に生産量が半減するという課題があります。そこで我々は生産1データの炭素排出量を算定可視化するモデルを開発して、今年の4月にベータ版を公開しました。今回はこのベータ版をミッドナイトを活用してアップデートするための POC を提案します。通常生産活動データを記録するには300項目以上あります。これがデータ不足の課題でしたが、我々は科学的手法を担保にしながら算定項目を50以下に削減する独自のモデルを開発し、特許出願しております。ベータ版リリース後、商社4件問い合わせをいただき、現在も契約を手続き中です。また海外の補助金2件にも採択されました。そして10月からは3年をかけたガテマラ全土を対象とするプロジェクトの契約を控えています。これらすべてのプロジェクトが今回カルダのミッドナイトを通じてカルダのエコシステムで活用されるのです。これは POC で約160万倍ものコーヒー低炭素算出結果がミッドナイトを通じてカルダの上に記録されるというプロジェクトになっています。
Hello, dear Japanese community. My name is Yoram, and I'm active on Cardano for the last 5 years. What excites me is how we can use blockchain technology to improve business processes and impact people and nature. This is what I'm going to present to you today. We are already building a satellite Oracle solution on Cardano. We are using satellite-based information, putting it on the blockchain as a trust layer that can connect to many different applications. For example, we are working with Syngenta, a multinational company, to onboard 100,000 farmers to Cardano, where we are going to record their land borders and sustainability index of each land and connect it to microfinance, microinsurance, and trading opportunities. This proposal, we are building another use case using forest conservation. We are collaborating with ISO standards organization and use the new standards for carbon credit and apply it with satellite oracles to verify 2 forest conservation initiatives, one in Africa and the second one in Canada. Carbon credit is a big issue, and already over $1 billion year business and expect to continue and grow rapidly in the coming years. In this project, we will build an operational platform to verify carbon credits, eliminate greenwashing, and comply with international ISO standards, and it could grow to forest conservation and agri-supply chain initiatives worldwide, with Cardano to be the central information trust layer for all of this initiative. Thank you for your attention and support. We are looking forward to see you next week in Japan in the Tech for Impact Summit, and happy to talk more and provide more information about the project. Thank you very much.
Hello, Cardano community. I am Abdurazak Alhassan, a member of the Cardano Ghana community. I have been a member of the Cardano ecosystem since Fund14, and I am currently a level 2 moderator as well as a level 1 community reviewer. In this current Fund14, I have submitted a proposal titled Cardano Blockchain Education for Tamale Technical University. The target of this project is to onboard 200 students from the Information Technology Department of the Tamale Technical University. And to make this project feasible, 2 founding members of the Cardano Ghana community are part of this project team to ensure that this project will be implemented successfully within the 3 months frame. This proposal, if implemented, would have enormous impact on the growth and sustainability of the Cardano ecosystem, as we would educate students on the basics of the Cardano ecosystem. We would also onboard students, and then we would create a Cardano student club that would maintain the membership as well as expose students more to Project Catalyst and other activities on the Cardano ecosystem. And we are doing this in 3 milestones to be implemented in 3 months. And we are requesting for a budget of 45,000 ADA to be able to implement this. So I think that it is in the interest of all voters to consider voting for this project, as it will enhance the visibility and growth of the Cardano ecosystem within Ghanaian university students. Thank you.
Konnichiwa. We are FIDA Finance. We are the premier insurance protocol on Cardano, and we would like to present our Fund14 proposal to you. FIDA Finance, like I said, is the premier insurance protocol on Cardano. We're building with the rest of the ecosystem the capabilities needed to both insure projects and services on-chain, as well as offer the real world an insurance system that is modern, reliable, cheap, and fast. Highly specific, safe, and secure smart contracts with Fund11 for this purpose. So with Fund14, what we would like to do is extend to support 3 key features. Number 1, native asset support. Right now, the policies can only be done in ADA, but with this proposal, we will be able to do them, for example, in USDM or USDA or any native asset like Bitcoin. And then Bitcoin is very needed by the traditional sector. So it's a huge opportunity for Cardano to supply the insurance industry with Bitcoin as collateral for policies, for example, for Bitcoin mining projects. This is a huge opportunity for Cardano, for Bitcoin DeFi, and for the insurance ecosystem as a whole. The second, number 2 option that we have is AML and KYC, connecting back to the services that FIDA and Cardano can offer the insurance industry is, for example, immediate verification for the authorities, right? The jurisdictions within which insurance companies operate, for the validity and source of the funds that are backing insurance policies, as well as their presence. This is huge. A ton of time and money is spent on verifying the source of funds to prevent money laundering, and on processing and validating and verifying deposits for insurance companies and projects in Bermuda, for example, etc. This is a huge benefit for the ecosystem. Number 3 is bringing in programmability or interconnectedness, particularly for oracles, onto the network. This will enable very novel and interesting products like travel insurance that pays out the moment your flight got canceled. Or imagine, for example, you have fire protection, right? And you're getting this data from the satellite images. So the moment your house burns is the moment the fire insurance is paid out. So instead of having to like go around crazy figuring out where you're going to rent or live while the insurance company verifies your claims and pays you out, you're maybe messing up your credit card, etc., you get the money instantly. This is what you get by connecting insurance to Web3, by connecting the systems that we're offering on top of Cardano. I hope you consider us for your vote, and I appreciate your time. Arigatou gozaimasu.
Sapient Enterprise Security, AI-powered cybersecurity for Cardano Enterprises, Fund14 proposal. Please vote for our use case concept, requesting 100,000 ADA.
Cardano's blockchain is secure, built on Ouroboros and extended UTXO. But attackers don't break the chain, they target the edges where Web3 meets Web 2. As Catalyst funds more real-world assets, stablecoin rails, and enterprise dApps, the attack surface grows with every new API, wallet, and integration. Misconfigured APIs, wallet malware, cross-site scripting, malicious DNS. These are the points of entry that bypass even perfectly audited contracts. Sapient will create with this grant a free, open-source Web 2 cybersecurity suite that protects wallets, dApps, and Cardano APIs from hacks and malware. Enterprises use 5 layers of defense: perimeter, endpoint, identity, monitoring, and training. Each works, but only against known threats. Rule-based security is reactive. It blocks yesterday's malware signatures, not tomorrow's zero-day exploits or new wallet drainers.
Sapient Predictive Analytics is a Singapore-based startup serving banks, trading houses, and the medical field with AI and data science solutions. We were funded in Catalyst Fund 11 and successfully closed both proposals.
Predictive, because we learn normal behavior first. Agentic, because the AI takes action, isolating anomalies automatically. Adaptive, because it evolves with every new threat. We combine supervised learning for known Web3 exploits, unsupervised learning to surface unknowns, deep learning for timing analysis, and UEBA to connect wallet, A, P, I, and dApp activity. All developed tools will be open source, built to strengthen the ecosystem and improve Catalyst security maturity.
Sapient, defending Cardano's enterprise edge, together with the community. Thank you for your time and your vote. We look forward to protecting Cardano's future with each onboarded enterprise.
My name is Thijs Lindegaard, and I'm the project lead and founder of Aquara. Water is our most important resource, the most important thing that we have in the world. Not our cities or economies, and like nothing would work without water. And yet what we're seeing is that water is being mismanaged at a truly alarming rate. Wall Street is calling it blue gold. Australia has created private water markets, and essentially what we're seeing all over the world is that this very vital resource that everyone should have access to and that everybody should have a say in is being privatized and is being taken away from the people who essentially needs the most say in this resource, because it's something that belongs to all of us. And to combat that, we've created this new financial model, essentially this new decentralization layer that we can put on top of the water economy to make sure that everybody can have a say in how water assets are managed, in what kind of water assets are invested in, because the water sector has created a gap on $1 trillion that have to be closed somehow. And that is what we're doing at Aquara. We are aiming to solve this problem by using blockchain, by combining Bitcoin and water assets and community-governed systems to combat this crisis. And yeah, thank you for taking a listen.
Inheritance is inefficient and painful, and Gen Wealth is here to make it easy, and Web3 and in the real world. 20% of the supply of Bitcoin has been lost forever, either because people lose the seed phrase or they die without a solid recovery plan. And Bitcoin shows us the roadmap for every blockchain. And considering that in the next 20 years, the equivalent to 6 times the GDP of Switzerland in crypto assets will be inherited, we need easy to use, reliable solutions. That is why we are building Gen Wealth, a crypto inheritance and recovery dApp that leverages smart contracts to empower you to create rules for inheritance and a plan B for your crypto. With Gen Wealth, you can create a will on the blockchain with different beneficiaries that get executed automatically, and a recovery plan with wallets you control so that you can regain control over your assets. We've launched our first version that we tested with crypto users and inheritance firms that want to use this solution to manage real-world inheritances, including tokenizing RWAs in Cardano. Just for you to know, the wider inheritance market will move $84 trillion in the next 20 years, and our technology can significantly decrease costs, increase speed, and the reliability of the whole process. And from testing, we've identified the need to create a new version of our DApp with a more complex architecture that can answer the needs of crypto users and inheritance firms. So we'll have additional features, and for that, we need to create a user-friendly front end that matches our new smart contract architecture and the features that were required. And creating it early is super important so that we can test it with these crypto users and these inheritance firms to refine the front end, but also to find any changes or improvements we might need to make to the smart contracts while we are earlier. And this proposal is going to be carried by a strong team with experience in the inheritance industry, launching an online will creation app and partnering with inheritance professionals, and a solid background in blockchain development with 2 protocols launched on Cardano mainnet. So yeah, this front end will be used by our DApp. It will serve the real world, but also the 12.6 billion ADA that is held in self-custody, which can be your ADA as well. So with your vote, we can make this complex but very needed solution a reality. So please just search for GenWealth in the voting app, support us with your vote, and let's make inheritance easy together. Crypto inheritance does not work, and GenWealth is here to solve it. This is Stephen Thomas, a crypto user like you and me, who lost $700 million in Bitcoin because he lost his seed phrase. And this is just one of many stories with 20% of the supply of Bitcoin lost forever, either because people lose their seed phrase or they die without a solid recovery plan. And this is concerning if we take into account that in the next 20 years, the equivalent to 6 times the GDP of Switzerland in crypto assets will be inherited, and we have no reliable solutions. That is why we're creating GenWealth, the crypto inheritance and recovery DApp that leverages smart contracts to empower you to create rules for inheritance and a plan B for your crypto. For your inheritance, you create your own blockchain will, and when the time comes, beneficiaries connect the wallet and get their share. For recovery, you're able to set safety wallets you control, and once you're inactive, you can use those safety wallets to regain control over your assets. While we do have competitors, we are the only ones that are leveraging smart contracts to create legally compliant wills on the blockchain that can be executed without intermediaries. We have a strong team with experience in the inheritance industry, launching an online will creation app and partnering with inheritance professionals, but also a solid background in blockchain development with 2 protocols launched on Cardano mainnet. We've launched also a closed testnet of our solution. We tried this solution with inheritance firms and crypto users, and these firms want to use the DApp to manage real-world inheritances, including tokenizing RWAs on Cardano. And working closely with them, we will serve the wider inheritance industry, where in the next 20 years, the equivalent to 90 times the GDP of Switzerland will be inherited, and we can make inheritance much easier and cheaper for so many people. And to do that, we've heard the feedback of crypto users and professionals, and we come to the conclusion that our V1 won't be able to evolve to serve all the needs and functional requirements, and we need to create a V2 that could meet all these requirements in the long run. And that's what we are looking to build now. We have a new smart contract architecture that can be used for crypto and real-world inheritance. It will consist of 7 modular smart contracts that interact with each other. And these contracts will be open source, will allow verification and contribution of Cardano members and the Cardano community, and even allow other projects to leverage this technology in their existing DApps or even in existing Cardano wallets. So yeah, inheritance and recovery is crucial for Cardano, is crucial for Bitcoin, where we also aim to expand, taking advantage of the fact that Cardano is becoming the DeFi layer for Bitcoin, and is crucial in the real world where inheritance professionals want to use this solution. So the potential is huge, and we need your support. So please search GenWealth, vote for this proposal in the Catalyst voting app, because this is an important step in a much larger vision. Thank you.
私たちが PLP を応援するのは PLP がアフリカの新しい未来を作ると信じているからです。 限られた人だけではなく、多くの人たちが学ぶ機会を得られる、そんな未来の実現に PLP とともに歩んでいきたいと思います。
PLP is built with a bold truth. The future is going to be shaped by those who are empowered to create it. And that's what PLP stands for.
日本の皆さん、アフリカの次世代を形作るためには皆さんの助けが必要です。ぜひ PLP に投票してください。
The future is no longer a distant dream. It's being built now. Vote for PLP.
PLP に投票をよろしくお願いします。
Vote for PLP.
PLP に投票お願いします。
When you vote for PLP, you're not just voting for us, you're backing a generation that refuses to be left behind. Vote for PLP.
Japan's real-world asset market is one of the largest globally, with billions issued in security token offerings. Yet, international investors still face barriers, language gaps, fragmented deal information, and inconsistent reporting. For Cardano, this is a missed opportunity to connect with a regulated, high-value market that is already scaling rapidly. Agriculture highlights the gap clearly. Producers struggle to access financing in export markets, while global investors lack transparency to evaluate opportunities. Without a standardized bridge, participation remains limited and costly. Issuers lose visibility, investors lose access, and blockchain adoption struggles to prove real value in regulated environments. HashiRWA provides that bridge. Licensed issuers submit verified data through an onboarding form, which is recorded with proof of listing metadata on Cardano. Chainlink oracles supply live performance and FX updates. Investors can log in with their wallet, track listings, and build watchlists through a simple dashboard. This lean, compliance-first MVP demonstrates feasibility while keeping costs low and delivery fast. HashiRWA begins with agriculture, proving how Cardano can deliver transparency and trust where it is most needed. This is our first step in building a reliable bridge between Japan and global investors. To support this vision, we invite the Japanese community to vote for HashiRWA in Fund14 by searching for Sapient or HashiRWA in the Catalyst voting app.
Welcome to the Cardano School for Gifted Entrepreneurs. This bootcamp transforms builders into founders, giving them the tools to launch apps, raise funds, grow adoption, and create real-world value. Cardano has no shortage of talent, but too many great ideas fail without business skills. Our solution, a program that teaches customer discovery, tokenomics, MVP design, and pitching. Through structured modules and mentorship, participants learn step by step. Module 1 Web3 Mindset and Project Selection. Module 2 Problem and Market Validation. Module 3 Business Models and MVP Testing. Module 4 Go-to-Market, Scaling and Community Growth. By equipping builders with entrepreneurial skills, we generate sustainable startups that drive adoption, increase value, and strengthen Cardano's ecosystem. All sessions and metrics are shared openly with the community, ensuring transparency and collective learning. The Cardano School for Gifted Entrepreneurs is more than a boot camp. It's a movement to turn talent into successful founders and ideas into ventures that grow the ecosystem for the long term.
Cardano Open Source Software Development Kit, SDK, for mobile dApp development on iOS and Android. In a world where mobile rules, Cardano blockchain struggles to keep up. But what if we could unleash Cardano's power in your pocket? Introducing the Cardano SDK for mobile dApp development. No more barriers, no more limitations. With pre-built wallet modules, developers can now create, import, and manage Cardano wallets directly within mobile apps. Transactions become seamless, staking becomes simple. Smart contracts, we've got you covered. Seamlessly interact with Plutus and Marlowe contracts, bringing complex blockchain logic to the mobile world. Security is paramount. Our SDK ensures your users' assets remain protected. NFTs at your fingertips. Mint, trade, and collect, all from your smartphone. The lightweight node interaction ensures optimal performance without draining resources. And with cross-platform support, build once, deploy everywhere. This isn't just an SDK. It's a revolution in mobile dApp development, empowering developers, expanding ecosystems, engaging users. From finance to gaming, supply chain to social media, the possibilities are endless. Imagine decentralized exchanges in your palm, or Cardano-based social networks at your fingertips. With Cardano SDK for mobile dApp, these aren't just dreams. They're the new reality. The future of Cardano is mobile, and the future is now. Are you ready to shape this future? Join the revolution in mobile dApp development. Vote and support our proposal to build open-source Cardano SDK for mobile dApps development.
All right, today we're diving into a Project Catalyst proposal that's looking to build a brand new cultural layer right on top of Cardano. It's a project called Encrypt, and its mission is to totally shake up the creator economy as we know it. So, you might be wondering, why do we even need this? Well, let's be honest, if you've spent any time on social media lately, you know that deep down, the whole thing just feels kind of broken. I mean, think about it. You've got the world we live in now, Web 2, which is just a mess of bots, fake likes, and these black box algorithms deciding what you see. And worst of all, creators don't really own their own stuff. Encrypt's vision for Web 3 completely flips that on its head. We're talking about real, genuine engagement, direct rewards paid in ADA, and true ownership of your content. So how are they going to do it? Well, their big idea is a whole new economic model designed from the ground up for Cardano creators. They're calling it proof of engagement. Okay, so what is proof of engagement? It's actually a pretty simple but brilliant idea. It creates this direct link between someone interacting with content and actual value. So a user does something verifiable, like say solving a little quiz attached to a post. And that action automatically triggers a reward in ADA sent on-chain with no middleman. It's a system built to reward actual human attention. Let's walk through how it feels. It's a simple 4-step loop. First, a creator makes some really cool immersive content. You can use text, pictures, even music. Then, they can choose to lock that content with a challenge and stake some ADA as a reward. A user comes along, engages with the post, solves that challenge, and boom, they instantly earn that ADA, paid directly to their wallet. It's that simple. Create, lock, engage, earn. Now, you might be thinking, that sounds cool, but is it just an idea? Nope, not at all. This isn't just some concept on a white paper. Encrypt is already a working platform, and they're ready to go from a live beta to a full-blown minimum viable product. In fact, they've already proven that people want this. They have over 100 active users testing out the beta platform as we speak. The foundation they've built is incredibly solid. They have a rich publishing platform, the on-chain reward system is up and running, and here's the kicker. This secret sauce for onboarding people from Web 2, every single user automatically gets their own Cardano wallet. That is a huge barrier to entry, just gone. And that's what brings us here today. They've put forward a Project Catalyst proposal asking for 100,000 ADA, and the goal is crystal clear. Take this proven beta and evolve it into a polished, market-ready application. And they're totally transparent about where that money is going. A big chunk is for a brand refresh and a slick new UI to make it super user-friendly. Another chunk is for adding support for popular wallets, making it easy for existing Cardano users. And then they're building out crucial features like on-chain tipping and a simple way to withdraw funds. It's all laid out. But you've got to understand, the vision here is so much bigger than just one application. They're positioning this as a low-risk, super high-impact investment for the entire Cardano ecosystem. And they're not just saying that, they're putting real on-chain numbers to it. In year one alone, they're targeting 2,500 new wallets on Cardano, generating over 5,000 on-chain transactions and helping creators earn 20,000 ADA. This right here is what a real user on-ramp to Cardano looks like. When you boil it all down, their mission is summed up perfectly by this statement. They aren't just building another dApp. What they're trying to do is forge a whole new cultural story for Cardano, moving it beyond just finance and putting it right at the heart of the global creator economy. So really, this proposal leaves the entire Cardano community with one very important question to think about. Are you ready to vote to build a fairer, more direct, and more rewarding economy for creators right here on Cardano? We hear all the time about powerful blockchain technology, but you have to wonder, how does it actually reach real people? Well, today we're diving into a really cool case study out of Nigeria. It's a grassroots campaign designed to build a bridge between Cardano and a huge underserved community of creators. And this quote, this really gets to the heart of it. For so many creators in Nigeria, the system they're in right now just feels broken. It feels like they're trapped. They desperately need a better way to monetize their talent and actually connect with their audience. So what's really holding them back? To understand the solution, we've got to first define the problem. And it's something called the adoption chasm. Now here's the key thing to get. The problem isn't the technology. Cardano is powerful. It's ready to go. The real issue is that there's no simple on-ramp, no easy bridge for these creators to cross over from the Web 2 world they know into Web 3. Think about it like this. On one side, you have the current Web 2 system with its high fees and where you don't truly own your stuff. On the other side, Cardano is promising direct payments, true ownership, a much fairer deal. The potential is massive, but that bridge just isn't there yet. So how in the world do you build that bridge? Well, this project has a really clever solution. You don't build more tech, you start an engine. And this is absolutely crucial. This proposal isn't asking for a bunch of money to code some new application from scratch. You know why? Because that hard work, it's already been done. Yup, the car is already built, it's on the road, the engine's running, it's a fully functional dApp called Encrypt.space. It exists, it works, and it's ready for people to hop in. We're talking about a campaign built around a product that's already working, not just some idea on a whiteboard. So, if the car is built and ready to go, what's missing? What's the holdup? Fuel. Simple as that. The ask is for 60,000 ADA. But listen, this isn't money for software development. This is the fuel for a 6-month campaign to build a community. It's about getting people in the car and starting a real movement. Okay, so how exactly is this fuel going to be used? The strategy is a really smart 3-pronged approach that's designed to create a growth loop that just keeps going. First up, an education program to actually teach creators how to use these new tools. Second, a user referral program that literally gives ADA to new users and the people who invite them. That's how you spark viral growth. And third, in-app bounties that reward people for creating and engaging, driving real, actual on-chain activity from day one. Now, this all sounds fantastic, but talk is cheap, right? Success here is going to be tracked with clear, verifiable numbers. This is exactly how we'll know the engine is actually working. Okay, first up, the goal is to bring over 1,000 brand new users onto Cardano. That's 1,000 new wallets created because of an incentive-based referral system that works. Next, this campaign will fire off over 5,000 new on-chain transactions. And these aren't just people speculating. We're talking about rewards, tips, real human engagement that drives real network activity. And finally, it's all about quality. The aim here is to educate over 500 creators through workshops, making sure they become empowered, long-term members of the ecosystem. It's about creating lasting value. When you zoom out, this campaign is about way more than just one dApp in Nigeria. It's a potential blueprint for adoption that could be copied anywhere in the world. And that leaves us with a really powerful question. What happens when we stop just building technology and instead start empowering entire communities to become the growth engine themselves?
All right, let's talk about Cardano. The ecosystem is absolutely booming, but there's a pretty big problem. A new proposal argues that some of the most exciting new ideas are basically invisible. So let's dig into the plan to change all that. Yeah, think about it. There's so much energy, so many new projects popping up all the time, but here's the catch, the core issue. A lot of this incredible innovation is happening, well, in the dark. And this has a name, the discovery problem. It's a real headache for everyone involved. If you're a user, trying to find the next cool dApp feels like digging for treasure without a map. And if you're a builder, getting anyone to even see your project is a huge uphill battle.
And let's be really clear here, this isn't just some minor annoyance we're talking about. The proposal frames it as a strategic bottleneck. It's something that's actively holding back the growth potential of the entire network.
So what does discovery look like right now? Honestly, it's a total mess. You've got scattered threads on X, announcements buried deep in Discord servers. It's just chaos. And you know who wins in a system like that? The projects with the biggest marketing budgets. The little guys, the ones with potentially groundbreaking ideas, they just get drowned out by all the noise. So that brings us to the million-dollar question, right? How do we flip the script? How can we possibly create a space where it's the quality of an idea that gets you noticed, not just the size of your wallet?
Well, the answer proposed here is pretty elegant and powerful. The idea is to build a legitimate front page for all of Cardano, and they're calling it the Cardano dApp Radar.
Okay, so what is it exactly? At its heart, it's a central hub for finding new stuff. But the key is that the community gets to decide what's cool and what's important. It's basically a launchpad where success is all about merit, not just who can shout the loudest with their marketing. And this right here, this is the soul of the project. It's about building a meritocracy, not a plutocracy. You know, a place where the best ideas actually rise to the top because the community says so, not because a team threw a bunch of money at ads.
Now, you might think something this powerful would be complicated, but it's really not. The way it works is actually super simple and elegant, and it's all designed to create this constant daily pulse of discovery for everyone.
Here's how that simple loop works. First, builders can submit their projects, and it costs them nothing. Then, new dApps get featured every single day, so there's always something new to check out. This is where you, the community, come in. You can connect your wallet and upvote the projects you really believe in. And the result? The best, most loved dApps naturally rise to the top of the leaderboard, getting the visibility they've earned.
Of course, a great idea is one thing, but execution is everything. And this proposal is really clear about that. It lays out some very specific, very measurable goals for the first 6 months to prove it's actually working. First up, builder adoption. The target is to get over 100 unique dApps on the platform. That's how you prove this is something developers actually want and need. Next, you've got to have real community engagement. The goal here is to see more than 1,000 unique wallets voting every single week. That's a signal that people are showing up and really using their voice to shape the future of the ecosystem.
And last but not least, proving its value to the whole ecosystem. The plan is to gather testimonials from at least 10 different dev teams. You know, real stories showing how the radar actually helped them launch and grow.
So when you boil it all down, this whole thing is about a massive shift. We're talking about moving from the old way to the radar way, going from a system ruled by money to one ruled by merit, from total chaos to a single central hub, and maybe most importantly, turning what's now a bottleneck for innovation into a true engine for growth.
You see, the vision here is so much bigger than just building another app. The goal is to create a core piece of public infrastructure for everyone, to literally build, as they put it, the front door to Cardano's future.
So, the problem's been laid out, the solution's on the table. It seems like there's really only one question left for the Cardano community to answer. Are we ready to actually build it?
こんにちは、Mラブズです。ハスケルトラストを使い、ブロックチェーンと AI の開発を行っています。多くのパートナー企業とクライアントが、短納期で重要な開発を当社に任せています。ロゴをご覧ください。本日はファンド14の提案を3つご紹介します。狙いは、ユーザーと TVL を増やすこと、 監査を強くすること、そして開発体験を良くすることです。まずはフィーサスワップ、カルダノ上の分散型、手数料トレーディングです。リンクはスライドにあります。今カルダノでは手数料の支払いにエリアが必須です。そのため UX が悪くなります。フィーサスワップは手元のトークンで手数料を払えるようにします。すでに稼働中です。これを広げるために連携先を増やし、各 D アップへ統合していきます。提供ものです。ウォレットや DEX 向けの API と SDK、価格のためのインデクサーとオラクル、使いやすいフロントエンドと鑑識板、結果としてパートナー D アップの UX が向上し、利用が広がります。次は CTL の JavaScript、TypeScript インターフェースです。CTL は強力ですが、PureScript に閉じています。多くのチームが使いにくい状況です。JavaScript、TypeScript に対応することで、より多くの開発者が使え、オフチェーン開発が早くなります。TypeScript の型定義、CTL コアへの JS ブリッジ、テストと CI、わかりやすいドキュメントとサンプルを提供します。つまり、開発者の裾野が広がり、チームの開発が早くなります。3つ目はカブナントのパス解析です。カルダノの監査は、時間がかかり、費用が高く、ミスも起きやすい。カブナントは静的解析ができる IR です。私たちは、入力がコード内でどう使われるかを追跡できるツールを作り、監査をより早く、より確実にします。ハスケルの CLI、CI で使える JSON の入出力、8ケージで公開するオープンソース、実例とドキュメントを提供します。つまり、賢いチェックができ、コードがより安全になります。Fund14 で MLabs をぜひご支援ください。プロジェクトカタリストのウェブサイトで MLabs と検索してください。そして、私たちの提案の効果を覚えてください。フィーサスワップは任意トークンで手数料を支払いできます。CTL は、より多くの開発者に開き、開発を早くします。カブナントは、監査を早く、安全にします。ご清聴ありがとうございました。どうぞお気軽にご連絡ください。
In the heart of India, a technological revolution is brewing. For centuries, India has been a cradle of innovation and knowledge. Today we stand at the cusp of a new era, the era of blockchain. But there's a challenge. Millions of talented developers, yet only a fraction know about Cardano. That's where Cardano India Developers Community Hub comes in. We're not just building a community, we're igniting a movement. Imagine a network of passionate developers spanning across our vast nation. From the bustling streets of Kolkata to the tech hubs of Bangalore, developers attending online workshop. Through meetups, we bring minds together, sparking innovation face to face. Our online workshops provide hands-on experience with cutting-edge Cardano blockchain technology. Online resources ensure learning never stops, accessible to all, anytime, anywhere. We're bridging the gap between India's tech talent and the global Cardano ecosystem. Every line of code written is a step towards a decentralized future. Every developer trained on Cardano is a beacon of innovation for our ecosystem. For us, and be the support of the story that's still being written. A story where Indian talent meets global blockchain innovation on Cardano. Together, let's code the future with Cardano India. The proposers, Neha Jinoria and Uday Solanki, has been working tirelessly on building the Cardano India developers community. Today we have 200 plus members and it is growing. Voting app search, Uday Solanki. Be part of the Cardano blockchain revolution in India. Cardano India, where your code shapes tomorrow. Thank you.
Okay, so you know how booking a hotel can be such a pain in the butt? Like, you're scrolling through a million options, trying to figure out if those reviews are even real, and then you have to deal with all these fees that seem to come out of nowhere. It's like, ugh, why is this so complicated? And don't even get me started on those loyalty programs. You need a PhD to understand how many points you need for a free night.
I mean, it's 2024, people. We've got self-driving cars and robots that can do backflips. but somehow booking a simple hotel room feels like solving a Rubik's Cube blindfolded. So yeah, I think it's pretty clear that we need a major shakeup in the travel industry. And that's where my totally not crazy idea comes in.
So here's the deal. I've been tinkering with this idea called Web3 hotels. It's like, imagine if we took all the annoying parts of booking a hotel and just fixed them with blockchain, specifically Cardano blockchain. I know. Blockchain sounds like some weird tech bro thing, but hear me out. What if you could book a hotel room and pay for it with cryptocurrency like ADA? No more crazy exchange rates or hidden fees. And yeah, every review you see would be 100% legit because they're stored on the blockchain where no one can mess with them. Oh, and loyalty points? They'd be these cool tokens that you can actually use for stuff, not just collect like some digital dust bunnies.
The best part? It's all decentralized. So there's no big corporate overlord controlling everything. It's basically like we're giving the power back to the travelers. And you know what's really cool? This isn't just some pie-in-the-sky idea. We're actually like building a pilot version of this thing.
Hello, Cardano community. My name is Andre Van Robin. I'm the CEO and founder of Plastics. We're very grateful here to share with you our proposal, Global Waste Recovery, Verified Connection through Cardano, which addresses a global challenge. Waste recovery organizations often lack digital tools to prove their impact. Without traceability, they remain invisible to circular markets and excluded from sustainable finance. With 100,000 ADA, we will deliver a Cardano native onboarding and verification system that is aligned with international standards such as the ISO 9001. Through a clear three-step methodology, organizations will be evaluated, verified, and issued a Cardano credential, a CIP68 NFT, certifying their recovery entities. Once accredited, they can issue plastic recovery credits directly on-chain, with full transparency and accountability. Every step, onboarding, verification, and credit issuance, generates transactions, bringing new users and real adoption to the Cardano ecosystem. The project will be delivered by the Plastics team, which combines the experience in blockchain, product design, and environmental verification. Because our platform is already live and tested in more than 22 countries, this will allow us to translate all of this knowledge into this solution. We look forward to be able to increase our commitment and expand within Cardano ecosystem to make the world a much cleaner place. Thank you. Hi, my name's Andre Van Robin. I'm the CEO and founder of Plastics. This proposal is a game changer for Cardano. With tokenized CO2 commitments via the Plastics platform, we introduce a new environmental asset class, carbon credits directly linked to plastic recovery, a first of its kind innovation. With a budget of 250,000 ADA, we're not starting from zero. We're scaling an already operational platform trusted across multiple countries. By extending our wallet system, AI verification, and data tracking, we launch a CO2 credit pre-purchase model that is native to the Cardano smart contracts and ready for global deployment. The value here is extraordinary. Cost efficiency. Every ADA goes to real outcomes, smart contracts, emission methodologies, educational resources, and open source building blocks. Adoption. Mission-driven NGOs, recyclers, and corporate partners will transact through Cardano wallets, growing ecosystem users and transaction volume. And of course, market opportunity. The voluntary carbon market is growing and will grow up to 5% quarterly on the basis of plastic recovery. This is a phenomenal opportunity to be at the beginning of a huge industrial change on the Cardano blockchain. Thank you. Hi, my name's Andre Van Robin. I'm the CEO and founder of Plastics. I'm grateful today to present to you our request for funding within the Catalyst Fund14 grant proposal phase. We are requesting 280,000 ADA to deploy Plastics in Armenia in conjunction and partnership with UNDP Armenia so that we can bring all of waste management enterprises in the country onto the Cardano blockchain to track and trace plastic waste recovery and recycling. The enormous opportunity that this presents for Cardano is that the extended producer responsibility legislation that is in the process of becoming a reality will be built on Plastics platform built on Cardano. All the transactions that will take place in the country related to plastic waste recovery and recycling will be tracked, will be traced on the Cardano blockchain. We look for this funding to be able to leverage that. Thanks to Catalyst 13, the platform is ready. The partners are there, Aquent, Plastics, UNDP Armenia, and we want to adapt the platform to Armenian circumstances and contexts and provide the entire waste management industry with a Cardano-based platform that will be able to provide compliance with environmental law. We look forward to your support and are very grateful to be part of this process. Thank you.